know if Ryan follows you, but maybe this is a question from your Twitter feed. And he says, question, in these dream trades, is Ron and Ausar untouchables to you guys as they have untapped potential? Or are we going to have to give up one being a scoring at the three, such as a necessity now?
No, they're not untouchable. They haven't done anything to be untouchable at this point. They're great talents right now. They have great spirit for the Detroit Pistons. They, play that Detroit Piston brand of basketball that coaches and GMs talk about all the time. But no, what have they done to show that they're untouchable? Even I know some media guys who are saying it too. Like, y'all gotta relax. Like, Ausar is a very talented player. I like some of the things that he brings to this team. His passing is getting better. His handle is getting a lot stronger than it was last season. And granted, most importantly than anything, his health seems to be in the right place now. We weren't even certain of when we were going to see him this season based on the blood clot issue he had. So, no, I don't think he's done anything to be untouchable. I don't honestly even think he should be starting right now. I think he's in a fine position coming off the bench because for two reasons. For one, if you take Tim Hardaway Jr., let's say you put Ausar in for him and Tim comes off the bench, it seems kind of repetitive to bring Hardaway and Beasley off the bench when they're kind of doing the same thing. Also, it means that you have to give more shots to either Ausar, who's not a proven shooter yet, or Tobias Harris, who's been terrible so far. Do you really want that? No, you don't. So you'll roll the dice with Tim Hardaway Jr. for right now. I don't think they're untouchable. I don't think they need to be, promoted in their roles right now. Let them keep progressing at their slow rate. Let the team keep winning. Let the vets hopefully figure out their streakiness. But there's no need to rush or deem these young guys as something that they're not right now. That's no shade to them. That's no disrespect. I love what they bring to this team. I love the chemistry that they have with the guys. But no, hell no. They're not untouchable right now. No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone on this roster is untouchable. Everyone has a price. I know for a fact that the Hawks made a trade package for Cade Cunningham last year. Straight up. Pistons didn't even entertain it. Like, no one on this roster is untouchable. I love Ron. I love Ausar. But to answer your question, Ryan, they do have untapped potential. You're 100% right. Are we going to have to give up on one? It depends how they develop, and it depends how the team progresses. Mm-hmm. If the team is progressing where they're at, we'll just say like the pace of this year. They're winning 37 games, and Ron Holland, I think, is starting to figure it out. He's had a stretch of games where he's shooting the ball better from the outside, attacking the basket. I think Ron Holland, to me, is a little bit closer to developing into a two-way player than Ausar is currently right now. I still think Ausar has a lot of things that you can't teach, his speed, his athleticism. But I think right now his handle isn't the tightest. He does need to work on that. His jump shot is reworked. It looks good. Mm-hmm. But I think when you talk about Ron and Ausar, I think Ron's just a little bit a step ahead in terms of being able to shoot the basketball. And defensively, you love what you see out of Ron. But I will say this. I think Ron Holland is more of a 2-3, and Ausar is more of a 3-4. Mm-hmm. Which, if that's your tandem long-term of having, guys that they may not be on the talent level as a Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, but they're good matchups against them come playoff time, that's exactly what you want. Right. And I think both of those guys have all the potential in the world to become two-way players. If they both become two-way players, man, that's scary. That's a scary tandem of just having those switchable wings, especially when you're going to be playing teams like the Knicks, like the Celtics, teams that are very wing heavy. I don't think they're untouchable. I think everyone has a price. But in terms of them, developing and hitting their ceiling, I think what I'm seeing right now from Ron Holland, I think he's closer to, being a two-way player than Ausar is currently as we're recording this, video in 2024. Right. Still really early. Like Ausar could just have a stretch of games where he looks like he's a little bit closer. But as of right now, Ron Holland seems like the game's slowing down for him a little bit.
Yeah, and again, this is all new for them right now. Even the guys that have been in the league for 2-3 years, this is their first time playing for JB Bickerstaff. Like there are a lot of things that they're kind of warming up to. This whole franchise in general is just kind of stepping into new roles, like from Trajan down. Like everybody is kind of setting in and figuring out at least for the untapped potential where things fit and how they work with this team. So yeah, again, their fit right now makes sense in terms of what they're being asked to do, which isn't a lot. Just go in there, bring some energy, don't mess up, don't try to do too much. And I think that they've been doing that right now. Like I don't think it's a rush to look at them as, all right, well, we got to figure out what we have with them now. We have to see if they can play 30 minutes again. No, you don't. Nobody's injured right now. Like they're not on a down spiral in terms of winning and losing. I actually kind of liked that they got the rotation they got, or the burn they got against the Nuggets, where they played basically the majority of the second half. I didn't mind that at all because it seemed like the starters were just a little bit off, and it's okay to kind of give some of these guys a little bit of that push, especially considering that they were bringing the score within single digits a couple times. So like there's some areas where you can kind of put them on the, the bright lights to see what they do, but to stamp them as untouchable this early, or to think that they need to be rushed into an area that they're not ready for, like I think that's where people are getting a little bit too ahead of themselves. Like let them take their time, let them figure things out, let them find out what they're good at. Fred Vincent is doing wonders for them right now. It's coming slow, but it is coming. Let's let it work at its own pace. It's no need to rush right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes when I see people have the untouchable conversation, Kevin Durant got traded. Everyone has a price.
Right. Thank you.
Everyone has a price. Like at the end of the day, I think as fans, we hate to see players that we invest so much time get traded because we get upset. Like to this day, Eric, I'm still upset over the Chauncey Billups trade. To this day.
Yeah.
I still, and they're still selling Allen Iverson jerseys at LCA. I saw that today. I was sick. Too. I was sick to my stomach, and it's a red alternative at that, which is a 6 jersey. And I had to see. I was like, "Wow, really, LCA? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Like, come on, man."